and you see the notch?
Where the end ends right
That
there?
the little notch.
Okay.
That little notch right there.
Uh-huh.
When the handle is facing towards you, which would be down like that.
Yeah.
That little notch should
Now
be.
that's out of adjustment again, honey. When your needle when the needle bar and this handle are in the stop position, both facing you, that notch should be at 1 o'clock as you're looking at it the way you are.
Uh-huh. Now, what if you swing that around again? Does it change? In other words, is it always a
It's
complete circle will end up in the same spot?
Yeah, it is tied to the handle.
Okay.
If you look from underneath,
I thought maybe that it had a different rotation.
no, this gear, this worm gear, meshes with the gear on the bottom of that looper, and so as I turn this, that turns the looper. So the looper and this are always synced together.
Okay.
And when this is in the stop position, that looper, the notch on the looper,
You'd be in that position, right? Towards you.
yeah,
Yeah.
Then this should be at 1 o'clock.
yeah, as you're, if you're on the other side of the machine looking.
Oh, at the other side of the machine.
Yeah.
So that would actually be 1 o'clock would be.
Yeah, because this would be the front of
should
the
be
machine.
over here. Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Right.
And so now it's at what, 5 o'clock? Something
Yeah,
like that?
it's off again.
Huh.
So that comes off, and there's a spring inside of it. If I were to take this pin off, or the set screw out, the spring would push this thing off.
Okay.
So you got to get the spring inside of that, push it on, and then get your set screw going to the point where it won't let it come out, but you can get it in and out.
Uh-huh.
And then,
So do you take that apart and clean it too when you?
if that's dirty. So that frees up. Got to bend the bar a little bit because there's a couple of these two little
Oh yeah, set.
tits have to line up.
Okay.
So now you've got the looper, the housing out, but you need to get the looper out. And see this little yoke that holds the looper in?
Okay. So you can turn that looper at this point by hand. Is that where
Yeah.
you adjust it for when you slip it back in? Then you get it.
It doesn't matter. When you put it back in, it doesn't matter because it's this that's going to align it. So, and I think when it slips out, it's this set screw that is failing. I need a bigger handled screwdriver with a small tip on it so I can get a little more pressure on it. Take that off, and now you're remove the collar, and now you can get the looper out. And see, there's already lint in here. I just cleaned that last week. But the first time we did this,
Just solid.
this thing was just packed.
It's like concrete almost.
Yeah, it was like a hard felt.
Yeah, that's
It
what
had
we find
packed it up.
before over the years. That oil just compacts it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can clean that out with like pipe cleaners or whatever, and then
That guy
clean-
gave us some diamond grind stuff.
Okay.
Well, it's too bad that there's not a way to keep that cleaner. I mean, that's been not very long now that it's already built up like that.
Right. Yeah.
Huh. Probably the types of material too that you're running might make a difference.
But anyway, so you clean it all out. There's
So when you're putting this back together, that looper doesn't have to be in a certain
No,
angle,
no.
or
see that the notch there
Uh-huh.
that's where the collar fits in.
okay.
That little yoke, and that goes back down. And I don't quite understand the collar keeps this from moving up and down, and basically that's all that does as well. So I guess it's sort of redundant.
And you just push that on until it's up there against it?
Yeah.
You still spin it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now you've cleaned your looper.
Probably a good time to, you could also oil that bar and everything too.
Yep.
That's all going through there.
Locate those little pins.
Cool.
I think it wants me to loosen this a little bit. There we go. Okay, and that's about where it's going to be, just because I can tell by the length of rod that's sticking out. But what we have to do now is, I'll go ahead and put this in position, and then if you look at the
Little hook.
notch,
Yeah.
I can, what I'm doing is I'm going to slide this in and out, and watch.
Oh yeah, it spins as you do that. So you just need to slide it to where it's at 1, and then
Get
stop,
back on
and then
there.
lock it down. Is that what you're gonna do?
Yep. So now I'm going to spin it until it's at 1 o'clock,
Okay.
and that's where I want my set screw to set. Unfortunately,
It's on the back side.
set's on the back side, so I'll just rotate that around a little bit.
So this set screw here might be slipping a little, and that's what's
when
causing it.
Right, if this slips, then you lose the orientation.
How do you know how many torque pounds to put on that? You know what I mean? I'd be afraid I'd snap it if I tried to.
Oh, this is pretty hard stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm using
Small
small
screwdriver.
screwdrivers.